All right, so now that we've decreased the pain and increased the mobility, we want to start strengthening that T-spine. So I'm going to go over some exercises that you can do to help strengthen your T-spine. And the very first exercise is an isolated shoulder scap squeeze. So this movement is really just going to help the shoulder blades move back. And sometimes what happens when we're in pain is these muscles get inhibited, meaning they do not want to fire. So you have to remind them and help them in the process. So what you're going to do here is stand about hip width apart, arms are about shoulder width as well, and you want to engage your core by stabilizing, creating tension through here, almost like you're going to cough, like that, or you're going to laugh. So you want to squeeze your glutes, engage your core. Arms are going to be right by your side, and all you're doing here is squeezing the shoulder blades, bringing them back to neutral. Squeeze through here. Okay. So you want to hold for about 2 to 3 seconds. And as you're doing this, just notice if you're feeling any discomfort. You'll find sometimes that depending on the side that you injured or the side that feels uncomfortable, the muscles aren't quite firing like you want them to. So give yourself about 2 to 3 seconds hold. Notice, you can close your eyes. And then start with about 2 to 3 sets of 5 to 10 repetitions. So the next exercise we're going to do is a progression just from the scapular squeezes. This is an isometric row. So you're going to need a wall behind you, and you want to position your elbows so that your elbows are hitting the wall. And all I'm doing here is pressing my elbows back. My core is engaged. I could engage my glutes. And then you want to just press those elbows back and then release. So hold this for about 5 seconds and then let go. And you can do this for 5 to 10 repetitions. You'll start to feel again, is your lat engaging? Do you feel any discomfort when you're doing this? Just want to assess the body to make sure that it feels good as you're strengthening. So this next exercise, you're going to stay right at the wall. It's called a wall angel. So what you want to do here is position yourself where the feet are slightly in front. You're going to bend your knees a little bit, and then you want the small of your back to be in contact with the wall. So if I'm arching my back, see how there's space here? So I want to limit that space, tuck that tailbone under, and engage my core. Now that I'm here, my head is back, and I want to bring my arms so that they're touching the actual wall. Now you may not have the mobility in your shoulder to do this, and if that's you and you're right here, that's okay. So I'm going to start in this position. Then you want to work your way back, see if you can hold that, and then lift those arms up, and then come back down, all while maintaining that core engagement. So you exhale as you lift your arms, inhale on the way down, and you'll see for me, I'm not really able to keep my arms all the way back. So I did have a back injury in my low back and in my T-spine. So this exercise is one that I revisit pretty frequently to make sure that I work on my strength here. And those are your wall angels. The next exercise we're going to do is a high row. So you want to have your anchor up high, and what you want to do here is extend your arms. Elbows are going to be slightly bent. You want to pull those elbows right by your side, and then just repeat the motion. This is going to target more the lower trapezius. You want to make sure that as you're doing this, you're not shrugging those elbows, shoulders up. So you want to bring the shoulders down, pull, extend the elbow, and just like that. Make sure that you're not rushing through this. As you're going through it slowly, hold for 2 seconds and then come out of it. If this is too easy, you can always increase the resistance. You always want to ask yourself, especially after you've injured your body, so what's the hardest thing I can do well? Because pain doesn't always equal harm. All right, so this next exercise is going to be a quarter Turkish Get Up. And what you want to do here is position yourself with one knee up and one arm up. So we're going to go in this direction. You're going to press your elbow, not your elbow, your foot and your left hand into the ground, and then roll yourself up to your elbow, pressing yourself up to your hand, making sure that your eyes are looking at your fist the entire time, coming back down to the elbow, and then onto your back. And then you want to do that again. Come up to your elbow, press up to your hand, back down to the elbow, and then all the way down. And you want to repeat that on the other side. Initially to start, you'll do about 3 to 5 repetitions on each side. So I'm going to show you that same movement, now weighted. So you want to start with a lighter weight. So this is about 8 kilos, or you can start with a 10-pound kettlebell. Push the arms straight up to the ceiling, Come up on your elbow, pressing the elbow into the ground, coming up to the hand, keeping your eyes on the kettlebell the entire time, and then coming back all the way down. And you'll repeat that. Pressing up, and then come back down to your elbow, all the way down to the ground. And that's your quarter Turkish Get Up.